I knew better than to do that. I just don't know what I was thinking. It's not rain, it's liquid sunshine. Good news is we got lots of liquid sunshine last night. So today I'm going to try to tackle this. It just makes me sick because if I just went ahead and covered the whole garden when I covered this side, all the weeds would be dead and this would be ready to plant. I didn't cover it because I planned to get out here and get things planted and get it mulched, but as you can see, I never have gotten a chance to get it planted yet. I did get my mulch hauled up here though, at least part of it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just cover this whole area with black plastic and then go ahead and start my seeds in the greenhouse. And then hopefully by the time they've all sprouted and are up and growing, all the weeds out here will be killed, and then I can peel back the black plastic, plant my seeds, and mulch, and then hopefully I will be ahead of the weeds once again. A couple weeks ago, Miley and I got spring fever and we wanted to plant a bunch of seeds, and remember how we worked up this area right next to the greenhouse here, and we planted a bunch of seeds? Well, this is how it turned out. I knew better than to do that. I just don't know what I was thinking. We can't really find anything we planted. Although we do have some marigolds right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig them up and I'm going to transplant them around the garden. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just cover this whole thing up and start all over again. Okay, so I got this whole area covered with black plastic. Hopefully that will quickly do the trick to rid us of those weeds. And so now we're going to do some planting in here. I got my planting assistant here with me.
You think this is wet enough?
Basically, if you grab it and try to squeeze it and it holds together like that, then it's wet enough.
Okay.
So I kind of came up with a different strategy because of the weeds being so bad. It's just hard to plant seeds out in the ground because the weeds come up before the seeds do, and then you don't find where you planted and all that kind of stuff. It's just really, really hard. And since we're going to be mulching, I thought it'd be easier to kind of like plant things and then mulch around it. I should have started these seeds a while back so that way they'd be ready to plant now, but I still think I'll have time even though I'm starting them now because I do have to wait for the weeds to die anyway. So what we are planting are cantaloupe, watermelon, what else are we planting? Cilantro and okra. And all of those are ones that I like to just go ahead and plant directly into the garden by seed. I used it like a big egg carton to plant them in, because I ran out of little cups, which I think this will probably work a lot better. The only thing is it's kind of shallow, but it'll still work, I think, especially for cilantro and little things like that. Now we're going to fill up the rest of the cups.
Handful like that just fills them up, almost. I'll let you push them down while I fill them up. Will that work?
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Looks like we're going to have to mix up more dirt.
Wait, let's see. Wait, are you going to fill up more?
No, this is it. But we need to fill up this. Well, I was also thinking those black.
Wait, are we going to fill these up?
Yep. And then possibly these. I guess we can wait and see how many seeds we have. Go from there.
Ow.
Now, earlier in some of these cups here, I planted some cantaloupe, which I think will come up because the seeds were okay, but they're a giant kind, and they have a longer growing season on them. And so I wanted something that was a little bit shorter growing time-wise, and so when the kids ran into town today, they found some different seeds that have a shorter growing time. So we're going to plant some more cantaloupe. And then I also had some sugar baby watermelon, and those are my absolute favorite to grow because they're small. And one year I grew a whole bunch of them. They were delicious. But my seeds had accidentally got wet, and when I was planting them today, they kind of had a weird look to them, and they almost looked like they might have a little bit of mold on them or something. So I'm kind of leery about whether they were going to come up. And so the kids couldn't find any sugar baby watermelon seeds in town, so they just bought some other kind of small watermelon. I forget what kind it is. If you want to give me the seeds over there, they're up there.
Oh. Crimson Sweet.
Crimson Sweet. And so I think they're a little bit bigger. They have 80 days to harvest, so they're going to be a little bit longer, but hopefully we'll still get some watermelon. But anyway, we're going to plant those. Planted some cilantro over here in the beds the other day in the greenhouse, and I've seen a few come up, but there's not many. And so I decided to go ahead and plant some up here, and then if they come up, that way I can just kind of transplant them, because sometimes I get to weeding out here and I don't know, but I think that I kind of might accidentally mistake them as weeds, and I think I've pulled out a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Then the last thing we're planting is okra. Okra.
Yeah. If you find a watermelon and a cantaloupe growing, I accidentally mixed them up. Okay?
Okay, that's good. That'll be fine.
Because
we'll just plant them and then we'll be surprised. How about that?
Yep. Are those seeds small?
They're kind of small.
Like, I could feel them in the packet. Like, when you don't feel them in the packet, that's when I don't want to plant them.
Yeah, same here. I have some in my hand I'd like to go ahead and plant because I got them wet.
Oh, I got 4 wet here.
You know what we could do? I know what we could do. Instead of planting them in here, let's go plant them. I know a spot I want to plant them. We'll just plant these in the garden.
Okay.
Okay. Tonight we're in a slightly elevated risk area for storms, but looking out over the sky, I really don't think we're going to get anything. But I'm still going to keep my peppers covered up just in case. One of the places I want to plant some okra is around the peppers and the cucumbers. I know for sure okra is a good companion for peppers, but I don't know for sure if it's a good companion for cucumbers or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and plant a few in there anyway. Then over here along the fence row, I want to plant some okra too. And let's see. I also planted a couple of sunflowers right there, and they're already up. Well, it's getting to be about that time. It's getting late. I need to get supper fixed, so we're probably going to call it a day. Miley wants me to plant some flowers real quick with her, so we'll probably do that, and then I'm going to go in and get supper going.